Alright, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Hopefully I've got the audio problems figured out this time. Now, my name is 3MPT7 on YouTube anyway, and this is Timberborn. I'm currently playing as the Iron Teeth faction. Iron Teeth. And things are a little different. In order to actually play this, I had to unlock a new faction by making the original faction of beavers, who are brown beavers. These ones are grey. I've forgotten the name of the brown beavers already. And yeah, there's a different style here. Okay, we appear to have more things unlocked. Is that correct? We do not have more things unlocked. So Earth Repopulator, Flame of Unity, Labourer Monument. Okay, so the monuments are different. The metal fence, eh? And then we've got a bell and roofs that are the same. Okay, I'm just checking to see all the things that a mechanical theatre that educates beavers on the core Iron Teeth values. Alright, a wind tunnel. Okay, so the entertainment facilities are somewhat different. And we have a control tower, boost factory, and so on and so forth. Okay, engine, vertical power shaft, efficient mine, smelter, this is all the same, wood workshop, tapper's shack, gear workshop, forester, industrial lumber mill, again, all the same. I'm assuming it's all this teal colour rather than brown. Food factory. Processes ingredients into food rations. Coffee brewery, hydroponic garden. Okay, so this is different. This is definitely different. Yeah, Timberborn is simply, as you can tell, a game about beavers, making a little village out of beavers who have arisen to intelligence after humanity did an whoopsie and exterminated itself, and left the entire... What is all this? Large row house, large barracks. Okay, barrack. We've got a single barrack. Large barrack. Barracks. Okay. Advanced breeding pod. Okay. That's the Iron Teeth's preferred and only way to reproduce. Anyway, humanity managed to pollute the earth. If I can find some pollution, I will show you. Okay, that is some pollution right there. Okay, there's a few ruined skyscrapers over here, and then a few underground settlements that can be utilized for mining. And yeah, this is not exactly the... there we go. Okay, so there's all this yucky water here that the game calls bad water. It's all polluted water. you can extract several resources from it, or the beavers can extract several resources from it, and including substances to make dynamite out of. So whatever the humans, whatever our civilization, the one that plays video games, were doing with remote controlled workers was clearly not good. Now where the heck did I leave my beaver settlement? Okay, I've got the game on pause right now. Yes, so everything's dried out. The planet is quite clearly warm. And warm enough to warm enough or dry enough? No, the planet is quite clearly dry, and it is dry enough to kill off most of the trees. In most of the trees on the, well, wherever the villages are set up, most of the trees are dead. Yeah, except for the ones right by the rivers. So, let's see here. We want to... Okay, we've got some kind of staircase there, and we can make a little path here. And beavers will follow that path, and this will extend the reach of the district for the beavers. And okay. Right. We're going to need trees. We're going to need to chop down trees. I don't think the tutorial is active. No, the tutorial is not active, given this faction is unlocked. And we're going to need to have berries. So it's this button here for the Gather of Phalang. Okay. And then it is this other button here for the lumberjack flag. Alright, and if I place those within the boundaries of the extended district, that should be fine. And then over here we have wrong button again. Okay, so over here, cut trees. Mark tree cutting area. And we'll just... apparently all these trees are just fine, even though they're in the shade. Does this extend all the way over here? It does not. It only extends a little ways over here, so maybe extending a path over here. We'll extend the reach of the district once again. Yes, it did do that. And if we extend it a little more, it'll go all the way to the back fence. So this entire copse of trees, is it copse or copse? This entire copse of trees, this little wooded area of pine trees here, is going to be chopped down. And I suppose I want a second lumberjack flag. And there's going to be a little path to that. Just as there is going to be a little path to this. Timberborn is supposed to be still in early access, but I think it's relatively complete. There might need to be a third faction of beavers, because there's only 2 factions in the game. And it might help if there was some sort of rivalry between the factions. Okay, if beavers could actually go to war, but there's no fighting in this game. It's just let's press play here. Okay, there's no fighting in this game. It's just beavers building a civilization, whether it be a nice little woodland civilization where they don't need breeders because they can breed naturally, or a iron teeth civilization where apparently they have wind tunnels. So anyway, I'm going to save the game right here. Okay, and then I'm going to exit to main menu. And it takes a little while to load on my system, but let's take a look at broccoli. Okay, I've had a few, just a handful of, well, literally 4 different attempts, okay, at playing this. Maybe a couple more that I've deleted, I'm not sure, I don't think that happened. I haven't tried any of these zip lines and tube ways out yet. Okay. Oh, create new map, that's going to be an interesting one. So if I press new game, okay, so they're called folk tales, okay. Right, so let's take a look at broccoli. Tip: if a building is marked as solid, such as a lodge or a warehouse, you can build other structures on its roof. Yeah, you can, except that you need to, or I needed to build these platforms right outside the doorways and staircases, and it's almost not worth it the way I've got it set up. In order, it's almost not worth it building a 3 or 4 story building because of the maze of staircases that is needed in order to get all the beavers inside the buildings and outside of the buildings. Okay, so this is what I've built. Excuse me, that's my phone. This is what I have built in the past few days. Where did we start out? We started out here. Okay, so the folktale beavers started out with just the single building, just like the iron teeth that you saw. They started with no pathways. I had to build all the pathways myself, and they started with some trees here, some pine trees here, and some birch trees over here, and then they also started with some berries over here. Now, they gathered the berries. Okay, they chopped down the trees with their beaver teeth, like so, and then okay, and eventually they amassed a whole bunch of berries, which are in these warehouses, in these crates here, and they also amassed a whole amount of wood. This is a bad example, but they put everything in a large pile over here for a lumberyard, and that one's empty as well. Is there any timber pile that is not empty? Nope, all of those are empty. What about over here? Nope, those are metal blocks. blocks over here as well. So we've got more I've got more metal than wood available. Anyway, yes, okay. So once they did that, they were able to build various houses. Oh yes, then there was the water pump, which I was just about to set up. The water pumps, beavers need to sleep, they need to eat, they need to drink, okay, they need to have shelter, and everything else is to do with happiness or their health, because sometimes they get injured for no discernible reason that I can tell. It just seems to be a random chance of injury. And yeah, so we've got water pumps with this beaver here called Quackagoth. Okay, and this one is Glitter. Okay, right, or Glitter, whatever. Yeah, I have no idea how these names are going to be pronounced, but yes, each beaver is in fact named. So it's a very sad day when beavers die of old age, which is pretty much every single day. It's pretty much every single day that beavers die of old age. Okay, I have over 205 beavers, and what are beaver children called? Pups, kits, something? I have no idea what they're called. Okay, maybe I need to look that up. But anyway, yes. So, built some shelters, built some roofs on those shelters, and built some water storage facilities. Not ones that big. The bigger they are, the bigger something is, the more resources it takes to build it. So built some barrels here, and then everything else is to do with beaver happiness. Okay, you plant some carrots, you collect some carrots in these warehouses here. That makes them happy. Okay, I planted some sunflower seeds. Okay, well, I planted some sunflowers. No, those are dandelions there. Where are the sunflowers? Oh, right, they're not grown yet. These are the sunflowers. And yeah. Oh, some of them are stored here. Okay, that makes them happy, or happier. Grilled potatoes. Okay, so they eat the sunflower seeds raw, they eat the carrots raw, they eat the berries raw. Okay, but potatoes. Where are my potatoes? These are my potatoes over here, I think. Yes, those are my potatoes. And yeah, you need a grill in order to grill the potatoes. The grill can also do other recipes too, chestnuts and spadadoc. Yeah, and what else is there? Okay, a couple of injuries here. There's anytime a beaver gets injured, you just plunk down a medical tent and they will heal up eventually. Occasionally they get broken teeth and they'll need to repair their teeth at this teeth grindstone here. Where did I put a medical tent? Okay, there should be one. Oh, there's plenty over here. So beavers can convalesce, or whatever the word is, heal up in those medical tents. And then, what else do we have? Yes, this is just a bunch of different foods. So, I had to plant some chestnut trees over here in order to, yes, in order to get some chestnuts. This top indicator here is how long it takes for the trees to actually grow. So 23 days, and then it takes 8 days in order to produce 3 chestnuts. Okay, so this is kind of in-game stuff here. Maple trees, 28 days to grow the maple trees, and then 12 days to produce 3 maple syrup. Okay. What do we need that for? Okay, maple pastries. Alright, the Spadadoc. Yes. Okay, there's cattails for cattail crackers. Why is it saying out of water? No, it's because the game's paused. Okay, and then, yeah, so these are the only 2 water plants available. I had never heard of Spadadoc before, or if I had, I promptly forgot about it. Okay, and the most complicated food to actually get is bread. Maple pastries. Okay, there's nothing in here, but these barrels are supposed to be containing... yeah, they're supposed to be containing maple syrup. The tanks of water don't need to just contain water, they can also contain bad water as well, which will be eventually extracted via use of a centrifuge here in order to got a carousel here. Okay, beavers like to use that right there. This is fun. Literally, that is just for fun. Makes the beavers happier again. Yes, so we had 2 beavers with injuries. Somewhere one beaver must have got into a medical tent and healed up. Yeah, the most complicated one, food, is bread, because here's some wheat. Okay, that needs to be grown in the green zone near water. And if it's not grown in the green zone, it'll dry out and die. And occasionally there are bad water floods, contaminated water floods, which destroy everything near the riverbank. And yes, so the wheat gets stored in this building here. You need an efficient farmhouse in order to do that. You need farmers, similar to this aquatic farmhouse here. And I really can't recognise half these buildings. Where is the efficient farmhouse? Is it? Yes, it is. Okay. And then over here, is it over here? Okay, medium warehouse. Yeah, okay, so that's wheat flour over there, and then that's bread. So there's 3 different storage facilities, and there's a grist mill over here, and then instead of a grill, there's also a bakery, which should look similar to the grill. There's the bakery. So the wheat goes from here to here. Okay, then it goes to the grist mill here. Okay, the wheat flour then gets stored over here, and then it goes all the way back to here, the bakery, in order to get stored over here again. Like I said, it's the most complicated food in the game, Timberborn. And, well, actually, as far as I know. It's the most complicated food for this faction anyway. I did notice that there was some nutrient bars or something for the Iron Teeth faction. And yes, these are all these water wheels and windmills and what else? There should be a hamster wheel here. Okay, so a little power wheel that beavers walk in. Oh yeah, treadmill. Right. All of these are set to produce power, and this carousel is a power hog. It requires something like 400. 400. Whatever HP stands for. Okay. And then each of these windmills produces 220. Okay. Is there anything else I really want to go over? Yeah, so the rest of it is social lives. We've got all these rooftop terraces and campfire zones where there's no marshmallows to toast. But I assume they have food over there. Actually, no, mechanically they don't. They just hang out and talk with each other. Yes. And then there's whatever Lido or Lido is. Well, I know what it is. It's a little enclosed swimming area. But I'm not sure how to pronounce it. It's a new word for me. And yeah, all of these things just contribute to beaver happiness. We've got lanterns, we've got most of the time we don't you don't even need roofs for the structures. They're fine as warehouses, but the pointed roofs are aesthetically pleasing apparently. There's a farmer monument here somewhere, and got some books available. Okay, and there's just one structure over here that I've just finished building. Yeah, and is this thing, it's the most industrial thing that the folktales seem to have. Alright, okay, so this brazier is still building. Dirt excavator. So these terrain blocks can be made as soon as you have a dirt excavator. Which to me is very, very strange. But anyway, yeah, I haven't got any dynamite yet. The source of my metal was all in this skyscraper, ruined skyscraper right here. I'm trying to reach, not that mine over there, I'm trying to reach, okay, I've sealed off this bad water flow here. Or rather, I can seal it off using this dome. And give it a moment. Yeah, there's a lot of redirecting water flows. There we go. Sealed it off, and then this contaminated area will dry up eventually. But what have I got this for? I've got this for the Agora right over here, this kind of tribal meeting place, which apparently requires horrible contaminated water extract in order to keep the discussions going. Oh, this building here is just a forester. It replants berries, dandelions, and the different types of trees. And there's not really much else to say about this so far. The districts, yeah, really, there is only so far that a beaver can walk in a day. So if you see these pathways, they start off with green, they go to yellow, then they go to red, and then realistically the furthest the beavers can walk in a day is about here, which can get annoying when trying to build dams to stop the flow of contaminated water or hold the water in this end. Yeah, so over here, this is the source of the river. This is the riverhead right here. These I think are indestructible. Okay. And the water just flows all the way down and occasionally gets blocked by these natural barriers of rubbish. And if I can find one, there's one right over there, but water's approached from both sides. And yeah, oh, there's science buildings. So if you saw the iron teeth faction at the beginning of the video, they all had these little red markers, and right here, which means that the building or facility is not unlocked yet. You need to gather science points, and this is an observatory right here, an optical observatory, which employs 4 beavers to collect science points. And what you do with the science points after everything has been unlocked, I have not got the foggiest. Okay, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is Timberborn. Oh, right, yes. Just one other thing. So the village that you construct, I've got maybe 80 beavers in this central area here, and then I had to migrate them to a new district, a new hamlet basically, and yeah. There's these district crossings here which separate the districts from each other, and the beavers have to go through there, the supplies all have to go through there. There's a bit of micromanagement regarding transfer of resources from one area to the other. But basically, as long as you have little buildings for piles of gears or metal blocks or warehouses, then the beavers just know to haul everything to those warehouses and fill them up, because I've got everything set up in the least micromanagement efficient way possible. Basically, I've only had beavers starve or die on me due to dehydration once, and that was because I had an entire district this big right here, and for whatever reason they would not take the food from the warehouses, they would not eat from the warehouses, they only wanted to eat from the efficient farmhouses. They only wanted to collect the food from there. And yes, that is Timberborn. One minor complaint is that there's really only one theme tune, one musical track, and that's about it. Well, I'm sure there's several musical tracks, but it doesn't. The musical loop doesn't last too long. All right. Now, regarding these videos, I have no idea how long I've been talking for. Probably about 40 minutes, maybe. Maybe only as much as 20. I have no idea. I didn't set a timer. Perhaps I should. Well, I should have just looked at the clock beforehand. Yes, I have started my video game journal with my video game journal series with Minecraft for a 6-minute video. I have moved on to Frostpunk in the second video. That was the one where I had problems with the audio, where the microphone was too quiet. And hopefully that has been fixed for this one. And this is my third entry in my video game journal for Timberborn. I've got a few other video games I've been in the process of actually playing. And then I will cycle back around to Minecraft. So I think the original plan was to have one video out every day for a week and then loop back around on the start of a new week. Or the start of a new 7-day cycle, because I think I got my first video out on Saturday or something like that. So every Saturday I would return to Minecraft, but it hasn't worked out like that. It took a while to sort out the audio problems. I didn't find the right buttons to push. So thank you all for watching, and see you all next time.